I'm Matt.
I'm Mark.
We're the Butcher Bros. So what the part we're going to do today is this area here of the cow is called the chuck area. This chuck area, you can get all kinds of cuts of meats, and also it's very flavorful. So we're going to get this chunk of meat here and show you what you can do with it. It cost is $2.99. I believe it's $2.99 a pound.
Yeah, we got a pretty good deal on it.
Pretty good deal, not too bad.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll run on sale. You can get it even cheaper, and you can ask for that chunk. So when we pull it up there out of the fridge,
here. Alrighty.
That's a
There you
nice,
have
that's a
it.
nice,
Beautiful piece. It's nice and marbled.
Yeah, I remember we talked about the marbling.
Mm-hmm.
Look there, look how the marbling just runs through that. I mean, that's all flavor there. So,
And what you have here, you'll to be able to tell on which end to start cutting on. Big part of the chuck, you can see it's a little bit wider. And down here you have the flap, which is actually part of the short rib right here. It runs here the smaller taper end. So we'll probably start on the eye of the chuck. So we'll probably start right here and take off this short rib.
So you can take it off the short rib first?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, and then we'll take the short rib off there, and I'll take off some chuck eye steaks for you.
Sure.
Why don't you go ahead and...
All right. So anyway, what you do, well, how much would these be if you're just to buy these at the store? Just
well, if you were just to go in and buy some short ribs,
Yeah.
they can run anywhere from $4.29 a pound to $4.59 a pound.
A little bit higher.
On
Whatever,
boneless,
but,
boneless short ribs. So
anyway, just take your knife, take this piece here. There's a little bit of a seam down there, a little bit of dip. You just want to take your knife and just run straight down that line like that. Just kind of run it, zip it through.
look how I just swiped right through there. That was a beautiful cut.
Anyway, I'll slide that over there. Anyway, then here it is right here. So you take it how it was on the piece, like that. And all you gotta do is just take your knife, run it one more time down the center. So
Always keep the blade away from your fingers.
keep the blade, never cut towards you. But so I kind of pop that open like that. See some of that little bit of marbling and stuff. Now what you want to do is you can take this piece, like you don't have to cook that part, you just kind of want to take that off a little bit.
That's good grind material later, huh?
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, we won't waste any of this because ground chuck is actually excellent.
Yes,
Anyway, so you got your two pieces there. You can take and put them in the crock pot. You can marinate them, put them on the grill. Very, very good eating piece. So anyway, why don't we just go ahead and tray this up in the tray here. We'll set this aside for right now.
Wow, you know what, Mark? Why don't you just lift that up and show it to them? That's a nice looking. There's some nice short ribs there.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yep, right there. Anyway.
All right, so there's your boneless short ribs.
First cut of it.
First cut. Remember, you paid $2.99 for the whole thing.
Yeah.
You would have paid $4.49 or more.
Or more for that.
Right.
So,
Okay. Excellent.
anyway, we're already saving money.
Absolutely.
Set that over there.
All right, Mark. When I step in here and show them how we can cut a couple
trade
of
spots there. Put your knife over there.
Now this is the end here. This here, a lot of people don't know this cut here, but this is the chuck eye. This chuck eye is connected. This is the 8th rib. It's connected to the 7th rib of the prime rib. So when they do the cut and break, your large end rib roast is coming off, and they're setting that aside. So there's your break here. So that's why we call it the chuck eye, because this is a chuck portion, but it's the eye right next to the what? The ribeye steak. Which a ribeye steak, you could pay $7.99 a pound to $9.99 a pound, depending on where you're at. Chuck eye steak, you can get it from anywhere to $4.29 to $4.49. You can save almost $4 a pound,
Save a lot.
and it almost tastes exactly like a ribeye steak. So I think I'll go ahead and use the same knife you got there, Mark.
Yeah,
It's not a real big piece there.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, because Mark just got done cutting, and when you cut on the block or you cut on a little cutting board, you will tend to dull it a little bit. That's why this will put the edge back on it. Just a few times like that. Now you can cut however you feel comfortable. A lot of times you can cut from this side and you can pull away as you cut. Some cutters like to just cut this way, holding it this way. Feel like they got a better firm grip. Whatever you're comfortable with doing. I'm gonna go ahead and start from this side and just pull. I'm just gonna pull off 2 steaks here. Again, you want to go down and through. What you don't want to do is do a lot of sawing. If you have a real sharp knife, I'm just going to hold it firm, push down, pull it through.
See how easy that is?
Just a couple push down,
Just
pull through.
cuts.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Mm-mm.
So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look here. Here's a chuck I was talking about. Right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Mark talked about a seam. You can see that. You can almost pull. I almost don't even need a knife. I'm just going to almost pull that off. I'll throw this aside here. Again, that's the fat. You can almost just break it off. 1 slice. Put this to the side here. Later, what we're going to do with this here, we're going to make it either into stew or taco meat. We'll show you that later. So we'll put that over here with these extra here. But what I want you to do is look at this. You got a tray there for me, Mark?
Yep, sure do. There you go.
Now I want you to take a close look at that. Doesn't that look like a ribeye steak? That looks awesome, huh? And then see all the marbling in there?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't know about the chuck eye steak. Great piece of meat. Actually, it's one of my favorites, and it's great on the grill. So why don't we just put that over there?
Yeah, and the few people that come into my store, because not a lot of people know about it, but there's enough of them that ask for it. I have to put it on a first come, first served basis because I can't save enough of these.
Yeah, you can only get a few of these cuts off this chuck. You see this huge chuck here. You can only get at the most 2 or 3 chuck eye steaks, depending on how big.
So if you're in your store and they do have chuck roast on sale or chuck steak, a lot of times that's a good time to ask to save for some of those, because if they're cutting a lot of those throughout the week, they can save them, and you can have some, and they're really good. So anyway.
So Mark, I think you're going to take a couple of chuck roasts off, aren't you?
Okay, sure, you bet. So anyway, so now we've got 2 different cuts. We're getting down on our piece. Got a little bit of extra for some stew and stuff there. And I think what we're going to do is cut a couple roasts.
A couple of roasts. So.
Okay. So anyway, I'll just kind of keep the same angle. Take my knife. Like Matt said, made a very good point. Just try not to hack at the meat, because you get little lines in there. What happens, the meat will actually turn a little bit dark on you or whatever. You can get a lot cleaner cut, cooks up better, lays better in the tray. So anyway. Anyways, there's one piece there. And actually, that's so trimmed.
Nice marbling.
Nice marbling.
The marbling running all the way through there.
Yeah. Nice round. Excellent pot roast.
Excellent pot
You know,
roast.
just excellent.
Or for crock pot.
For a crock pot, yeah, just.
Hey, Mark, show them that marble again. So all this fat and marble right here, this is a natural tenderizer, a natural ingredient for flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes a pot roast and a chuck roast so darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, that looks great.
Yeah.
I'm ready to have dinner with
Yeah,
that.
do one more real quick here. We'll
Sure.
throw that in the tray. One more. I think I'll maybe steal my knife real quick. Matt showed you a way to steal. Here's another way to steal. It's actually kind of a safer way, because you're not coming down towards your hand, even though there's a guard right there. But you can take your steel, put it at a little bit of an angle there, and come down, and you're kind of not going towards your hand. Anyway, just another way to steal a knife.
While you're talking about safety, I don't know if you noticed, me and Mark are wearing these safety gloves here. You go to a store, you can order them, you can go talk to your butcher and find out how you can get yourself. Different hardware stores will carry like a safety glove.
Yeah.
Feels like a kind of a netted, just a regular cloth glove, but it's built so when you run your knife, if you happen to slice across there, it'll protect you. So nice little tool to have.
Yeah. Alrighty, so I'll cut one more roast off. Make maybe a little bit of a smaller one. See, and that's another nice piece there. Like I said, same type of marbling. Beautiful. Now we're looking at, what, 1, 2, 4 packages of meat there?
So far,
Yeah.
that one chunk of meat, but different cuts. So maybe I should cut a chuck steak off
Yeah, that's a
there?
good idea. Yeah, go ahead. Cut
Now,
the steak there.
gets a little tricky you notice it's getting a little bit wider. So I'm probably just, if we wanted to, say we didn't want to do any chuck roast at all, these same cuts here are actually, if you cut it like an inch thick to a ½ inch thick, those would be chuck steaks. Mm-hmm. So because they're thicker, it's a pot roast or a chuck roast. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to take one chuck steak off here just so you can see it. I'm going to kind of turn it this way. And again, the trusty steel. And Mark definitely showed you a safe way of doing it. I've been doing this for 40 years, so, you know, I'm fine. I'm just kidding, folks. Just kidding. All right. Let's see if I can take a little nice chuck steak off here. Again, you start at the beginning, you point kind of down, and you just push. You notice how I kind of grab it, you kind of hold it together. You won't cut yourself that way either. Just kind of go down until you feel that blade hit the board there. And again, I'm just going to take one off, just so you have an idea. Oh, yeah, and you probably have seen these in your grocery store. Chuck steak. And believe it or not, a lot of people will take these and marinate them for a couple of days, give a lot of season, a little bit of fat on there, and we'll throw them on their grill. Mm-hmm. Or you can make like a nice little, what's a great, like you can use a tomato sauce, put in your oven, kind of bake it.
Oh yeah, like a Swiss type.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Swiss, but a lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor. And you're right. In this piece, just take it. If I just bought this piece and just threw it on the barbecue grill, you know, it'd be a little bit tough. Think about the chuck. It can be a little bit tough. Like Matt said, if you marinate it a couple days, whatever, throw it on the grill. It's excellent tasting. Has a lot of flavor. So anyway, give you a little tray there.
Hey, you know what? You may say too, boy, that's a big portion.
No, that's true.
Watch this.
That's a big deal.
What happened? Oh, I got 2 steaks now. I got 2 chuck steaks. Mm-hmm. So you may see that in the store. One more tray there, Mark?
Yeah, I can give you a little skinny one if you want.
Okay.
That works.
Great. Anyway, there's a couple of chuck steaks for you.
Well, we're getting so many different types, I'm starting to run out of room.
I know.
Out of just one.
So what we got here? So we got the chuck roast.
Mm-hmm. We got the chuck roast right here.
A couple of those.
2 of these.
Short rib.
We got a short rib.
We got chuck eye steaks.
We got chuck eye steaks.
Okay, chuck eye steaks. We're gonna actually do 2 more cuts of what we got. The rest we got here. So I think Mark's gonna show them a little bit of stew meat, right?
Yeah, I'll just do a little stew meat since we got that in. And, you know, actually, you know, this end could still be a roast.
Yeah, it could. It looks really great as a roast.
You know, so, or actually, if you had your little grinder, you could cut it up, grind some ground chuck with it. And, you know, to me, ground chuck is one of the best things for making a hamburger. I mean, juicy, just a lot of flavor.
Nothing like it. Great.
So, anyway, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut a little bit of stew meat here. Just grab a knife. Kind of made a good point about grabbing over like that. You just don't want to have your thumbs down and by the end of the point of your knife or whatever.
Keep safe.
Like that kind of keeps it away. What I'll do is I'll just kind of straighten that out a little bit there. See that piece there. And stew meat. So it's real simple. You got your knife, you got your piece. What you want to do is the grain's coming up towards me. I'm just going to cut just like this. You know, you cut it whatever size you want, but I kind of like stew meat not too big. Anyway, so I cut it all into strips to get ready to make some stew meat. You
know what, Mark? Those strips there, and a lot of people, there's another cut you can get out of there. But it looks so good there. Some chefs, some butchers will also display these in a tray and call them country-style ribs, and you can throw them on your grill like this also.
Oh, yeah, they're really good.
They're really good. Or you can do what you're going to do is make stew.
A lot of different ways you can do stuff out of a chuck. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll take maybe a couple pieces at a time, or you can do one piece at a time. I'll just kind of line them up, and I'll just cut little squares like this. This is the part you got to watch. You want to watch your fingers. A little stubborn piece there. Just kind of cut like that. There's a little pile going there. I'll grab a couple more.
I tell you what, if you don't have a sharp knife, You'll be
It's
hammering
tough.
on that piece of meat for quite a while, so your knife needs to be sharp.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so there we go. There's a lot of nice
Nice
stew
little
meat
tray of
and
stew there.
flavorful. We get a little shot that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And again, you go into your local market, you're going to get some stew meat. You'll pay an average of $3.99 to $4.29 a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what'd you start off with? $2.99 a pound.
$2.99 a pound.
Wow, there's a pile of stew meat there.
That's a pile.
Waiting for the crock pot. Ready to go.
Well,
All right.
we're down to our last little piece. What do you think? Taco?
Hey, where I come from, we do a lot of taco meat. And Chuck makes great taco meat.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people use hamburger. You could use ground chuck for taco meat. But there's nothing like taking some pieces and fine pieces from the chuck and then putting that in a pan with some garlic and some oil and onions and just let that cook up and throw that in your taco. Oh, man, is that juicy.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had some of that the other night,
Yeah,
and it was good.
it was
It was
good.
good. Good pork.
So what taco meat is, use your feel here, is just a finer, and I'll need that little cleaver there too, Mark. So I'm going to start off a little bit more finer strips. And again, you just go down. So you got these little pieces here, and again, they're just a little finer. You can use a knife, or if you have a cleaver at home, sometimes you get one like this, like the Butcher Bro cleaver. They got some smaller ones here, where you can just chop it up.
Mm-hmm.
And again, watch your fingers, but you want each piece. Give me a piece of stew meat, Mark, please.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a piece of stew meat, and you got see the difference in size. That's why when you cook it, it kind of shrinks up, but you got these little nice fine chunks of meat,
Mm-hmm.
which make an excellent, excellent taco meat. So we'll just take that. Again, I like the knife because I just
That's
love
what you're used to.
just what I'm used to. This here, really, you can do the same thing. If you notice, I'm not grabbing again and sawing that, but I'm just doing nice little, push my fingers back. And again, if you want to use the cleaver, you can do so and make a nice little fine chunks there. And I'm just going to go with that amount there. Again, some of the fattier pieces, throw those aside, and you can make the ground beef with. Now, gosh, we call another piece of meat, and it's a Hispanic dish, just like this is, stew. Okay, Mark, I got some taco meat here.
Okay.
Show how finely cut that is. There's your taco meat.
Good job. Nice.
All right.
Put that right there.
Other parts of town they call caldo. It's like a pork caldo
Mhm.
or a beef caldo.
Yeah.
And you get a bone-in beef caldo or a bone-in pork caldo. They also do, it's the same as stew. They call it caldo because they use these big chunks of meat. If you didn't want to grind this, so you can take these big chunks like this, take some vegetables, cut big chunks of vegetables. All your seasons, just take that, throw it in a pot and boil it. And it becomes like a caldo stew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it works really nice. Or like Mark said, take these chunks here. If you get a little small grinder at home, you can just do a little grind, make some nice ground chuck patties.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Wow. I tell you what, Mark, do you guys remember that big
I don't even have enough trays. for
chunk
this.
of meat? It was just one boneless chuck, right?
Yeah. One
And
bowl.
look at the varieties we have here. And we're going to kind of show you what happened here on the pricing. So anyway, we started out with a 14-pound block of boneless chuck meat at $2.99 a pound.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pretty good price. And then we cut all these pieces here. The first cut we had, Mark, was a chuck eye steak, 1 pound at $5.99 a pound. Where's those chuck eye steaks?
Yeah. Right there.
That's what you would have gone into a grocery store and paid $5.99 a pound.
Right there.
Nice. I actually
Right
have seen them at $6 something a pound also.
Mhm.
The next thing we got the chuck roast. We did 9 pounds, 2 chuck roasts at $4.49 a pound. Now, sometimes they may have these on sale, and you've seen the great ads and chuck roast ad. When you ever see a chuck roast ad, that's a good time to go in and buy a block of chuck.
It is, yes.
And you can even do it. You can get even better savings.
And if not, if you don't get that, it's a good time to get the chuck eye steak because they'll have plenty of them there.
You're a good point, Mark.
Yeah.
Good point. Plenty of chuck eye steaks. Next, we did the chuck steak. We cut a couple of chuck steaks.
Yep,
Really
right
good.
There.
So now you got 2 chuck steaks. $4.69 a pound in some stores or more. Next, we did the stew meat. Stew meat, $3.99 a pound. We got a nice little pound, a little over a pound of stew meat.
Pretty nice. Sure.
Okay, so much you can do with that. Then we did the short ribs, $4.29 a pound, opposed to $2.99 a pound. Not bad, huh? Then we did our famous Hispanic taco meat for the taco lovers. Great taco meat. Taco meat, couple of pounds you can do. Anyway, per pound, $4.59 a pound on taco meat.
Then we still had.
Then we still, after all that, we either got ground chuck or we got boneless beef caldo that you can make in a nice big pot of stew with all the different types of vegetables that you'd like to put on there. So the bulk chuck total was $41.86. You would have paid for all this if you went to the store and bought it separately.
Yeah, for around $73.24.
$73.24.
So we're looking at $41.86.
Yeah.
$73.24.
You know how much you save by doing it on your own?
How much?
$31.38.
Wow.
$31.38 you save, and you still have all the prime cuts from the chuck.
That's like a 75% saving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boy, what a difference. I tell you what, learning it this way, going into the grocery store, buying this stuff separate like this when it's not on sale, look at what we did. You can do this very simple step at home. Doesn't take that long.
Doesn't take that long.
You know, and you save that much money. And this is only just a piece of the cow.
Just one piece.
I mean, just one piece.
One little section there, yeah. So there's so many other areas that we're going to be able to show you how you can save. Mm-hmm. And we could actually even do a little bit more, but we don't have a lot of time tonight. We may get back into the chuck later on down the road. But we're here to help you save money. We're here to teach you how to become a cutter.
Yeah, because you know what it's all about? Saving you money.
Saving you money.
That's what it's going to be. Come with us. Follow us to the stores. We'll pick out different pieces. There's so many different cuts and stuff like that we can show you. And this is just not even hitting the tip of the iceberg. You know, we go into the holiday season, turkey time, ham time, prime rib roast time for Christmas also. Seafood. The crab, all the different fish, the different fillets. We can show you how to prepare it, show you what to look for when you go into a grocery store, see what's fresh, what's not fresh. Hey, it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. You wouldn't believe all the cuts that you can get out of beef, pork, chicken. We'll even show you some lamb cuts.
Well, that's about it for today. You know, come visit us online or...
Hey, come check us out on Facebook.
All right, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mark.
And I'm Matt. We're the Butcher Bros.